All right, everyone. I know it is a tragic, tragic day for so many people. The passing of our beloved TCS, gone too quickly, known for making things like Stake Defense and beginning on Stake Defense Worlds Away. Eventually, he disappeared and has not been seen in months.
Jesus Christ!
Oh my
shit,
God.
What the fuck? Alright, what the fuck is going on? How is he alive? You're supposed to be dead. How long has it been since I uploaded? I see. That might explain it. Seriously, what the fuck? I know. Please, hold your applause. I have returned. Somehow Palpatine returned. I have never watched Star Wars, by the way. Regardless. Alright, hello, and welcome back as always. So, indeed, I have returned, and we are back with a beta version 1.3 update. So, let's get into this shit. So, starting off here, I'm going to show you the update notes for beta version 1.3 changes. Quick rundown, we will get into everything at a time, but we have two new full maps. We also have two quick maps. I will talk about that a little bit later. Hardcore mode, I'll talk about that a little bit later as well. New quests and quest rewards being added into this game as well. Also, I fixed an issue where the back button on the control screen would not light up when hovered over, but let's get into talking about the... So, starting off with the brand new maps, the one you are currently seeing is Out of This World, which, as you can tell, we are out of this world. We are actually out of every single world because we are in space. We have things like rocks hanging around, stardust floating around the map. The door buys on this map, I had a lot of fun making. Obviously, the one right there that you can see is basically just a bunch of rocks, pretty much. And then, obviously, the enemy designs, I'm really happy with those as well. The one door buy is a fucking moon. The fuck? I had so much fun because I love space, I love astronomy, so I had a lot of fun making this map. The enemy designs are a lot of fun as well for me to make as well, and I've been putting a lot more emphasis into making animations, especially in this update. I spent a lot of time doing a lot of animating, which I do not usually do. I usually would just do a still image, but I had a lot of time actually managing to do that this time around on this map. And then moving on to the next one, we have the Fortress map. You can probably assume that by its name being the Fortress, it is a fortress and or castle-ish themed map. I took a lot of inspiration there just from castles. I love medieval times and had a lot of fun building out the environment with things like barrels, armor sets, which may or may not be used for the main quest of that map. I don't know. I'm not gonna fucking tell you. Shackles, so on and so forth. Just had an all-around fun time. That one also has a quest as well. But moving on from the new maps, let's get into the... So, starting off with some of the new weapons, we are going to start off on the Out of This World map. This one being the Scatter Rifle. Also, real quick, I just gotta mention, look at that fucking door buy, bro. Oh my god, it took so long to fucking animate that. For me, though, just a fucking moon floating around a planet. But anyway, starting off with the Scatter Rifle. Basically, this thing shoots out 3 shots at one time, deals pretty decent amounts of damage at base, and then obviously Blams obviously takes hold of it at a certain point as well. It is an all-around pretty decent gun with relatively okay ammo and a somewhat fast fire rate. I like it because it's kind of like futuristic space-like themed, so that's why I kind of went for it. And then also, moving on to the laser sword on this map as well, you will be seeing me use it in the boss fight of this map, actually. Basically just a sword that shoots out a big kind of curved, like, I don't really know how to explain it. Basically, a big curved wave deals incredible amounts of damage and fucking goes through enemies, by the way. It just wipes out enemies. So that one's actually a lot of fun. It does cost an insane amount of points, though, I will tell you that much. And then moving on to the Fortress map, we have 2 new weapons on that map as well. Number 1 being the Blunderbuss. You can probably assume what that is. If you know what a Blunderbuss is, it is a shotgun. So basically, you shoot it, it has one shot, it deals in it a lot of damage, but it has one shot and then it has to reload because that's how blunderbusses actually are. One shot and then you reload, deals a lot of damage, has a big spread. It's all around, pretty okay if that's the type of shit you like to use. I just liked to theme this map since it is medieval themed with a medieval weapon, the blunderbuss. And then moving on to one of my favorite fucking things in this update, the mini catapult. Yes, I created a mini catapult that shoots a wide spread of tiny little rocks, and all around is it was so much fun to make, bro. Like making a mini catapult, and I've gotten a lot better at animations with things like the sword, how it has like a white little slash thing. The catapult also has a white little kind of like slash motion thing rather than just a gun firing as well. I figured I would use my knowledge on how to do that and just be able to have a little bit of fun making that as well. Like I said, I took a lot of time to make the animations to the best of my ability decent. I'm not going to sit here and say they're amazing, but I will sit here and say that they're a lot better than anything I used to be able to do, so I'm really happy to be able to do that. So, next we are going to move into the... So, two new abilities with this update. We have Firefoot and Trigger Finger. Firefoot, I bet you can assume, increases the player's movement speed, and I will say it makes you kind of fucking zoom. And then up next is Trigger Finger. It increases any weapon's fire rate by 2 times the amount. And if you don't know what that means, it means you shoot faster. There's less of a delay. So all around, I had a good time adding those. Trigger Finger was pretty easy to add. I mean, pretty basic. And then Firefoot, I had a lot of fun designing the animation for the machine. So all around pretty fun. But next, let's get into the... So everything else will just be compiled here. So obviously new enemy designs on the fortress map. As you've seen, they are knights. When they die, they actually drop their sword and their sword breaks. I had a lot of fun animating that. And then obviously the out of the world ones, basically like these astral guardians, they explode into their dust whenever you kill them. And then don't worry about the map screen. The next update will be dealing with the user interface and making it more clean. But this is all the new shit, basically. We'll get onto all that later. Here are some of the quest rewards. So the New World one is basically a floating thing. You would have seen that on the player character that I've been using. Hellscape obviously had to be horns. Out of this world is like this, astral stars floating around as your face now. And then the fortress, obviously, it's a fortress. So you know that I had to fucking make it be a crown. So I will show you the out of this world reward. I think it's pretty cool. And then up next, the fortress one, because those are the only ones that I actually, could equip. I didn't run back and do the other quests because I didn't feel like it. So leave me the fuck alone. All right. But yeah, so the new quest rewards, when you complete the quests, you will unlock the ability to get those. So have fun if you want to go manage to do that. And then obviously I will talk about the hardcore maps here pretty briefly. So the hardcore maps, simply put, enemies have 2 times the amount of health. Their respawn time is actually halved, so they spawn in faster. They have more health, and then on top of that as well, weapon buys and purchasing abilities cost 2 times the amount for both of those. So just making everything a little bit more difficult for anybody who wants a challenge. Originally, I don't really make these to be a challenge, but I know there are some people who like to do that. You can also complete the quests on those as well. And hey, if there's enough support, if people want it and people play the game, guess what? I'll add quest rewards for the hardcore maps as well. And then the quick maps, if anybody remembers from Stake Defense, the original one, the one I started making before Worlds Away, that one had quick maps as well. Basically, these are smaller maps, basically designed to just turn your brain off, kill some things, grind some XP, have a little bit of fun. There is less weapon variety and less ability variety, but they are smaller maps, and they still are meant to be a little bit challenging because the enemies also spawn in significantly faster than basic normal maps. So all around, that is everything in this update. I just wanted to say here real quickly, appreciate you coming out, spending a little bit of your time with me today. It means a lot. There's been so much support while I have been gone. Actually, shout out to these 2 people I will be throwing up on screen. Especially this game is Ryan. This dude's been around since the start, so hey, shout out to you, man. I appreciate it. And then the other guy who, actually his notification was the one that made me reconsider coming back and doing this. I've actually been wanting to, but, shit fucking happens. But if anybody else is, still around at this time, Also, big thank you for the 64 subscribers. We've been gaining subscribers while I haven't even been uploading, so that's actually pretty funny. And then also the fact that my review video has over 1,600 views. Yeah, that's fucking insane. So, yeah, thank you for all the support. And also, I did want to mention, I know I'm spending so much time here. You don't have to be around. You can leave if you want. If you're still sticking around, though, I do have an announcement. So, at one point, I did have a podcast on Spotify. This would be like a long time ago, like maybe like 8 months ago at this point, like 8 months to a year ago, called Coffee and Coding. We're going to be restarting it all, actually, back on YouTube. So the plan will be I will be uploading a update and having an update for Stake Defense Worlds Away once every 3 weeks, and a podcast episode once every 2 weeks to give anybody who actually likes my personality as well something else to, sink their teeth into. I'll pretty much just be talking about whatever I want to, also about updates that I plan on making in the future, updates that I'm actually currently working on, and just all around having a good discussion with you guys. As always, like I said, appreciate you guys coming out, spend a little bit of your time with me today. I do truly fucking appreciate it. Obviously, Stake Defense and Stake Defense Worlds Away, those links will be in the description if you want to go have some fun and test out the beta, and then also play the original Stake Defense if you want to do that. First podcast episode will actually be out on Sunday. So yeah, man, I'm happy to be back, and I'm happy to get the ball rolling again. Like I said, appreciate it, and yeah, you guys have a good one.